shuts off. We've got the points leader for the OCRS Sprint Series here, Danny Smith. Danny, so far, been a good year for you, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Always is.
Yeah. And you got a 9-point lead, I think it is, over Deal. It's not easy in this series, like you were saying, I think, on account of the way they line you guys up.
Yeah, the way the handicap series is, 12th is about where I start every night, which Andrew starts 11th. So, I mean, we have to go through the talent, but there's a lot of talent in this series, so it makes it very difficult.
Yeah. And you've run here at Humboldt before. What are you kind of expecting here tonight?
Slide jobs. It'll get slick and move up to the top. There'll be a lot of sliders. It'll be a lot of fun. These guys are tough, so it's going to be anything but easy.
Yeah. You know, I think that's one of the things I really enjoy about this series is it might be tougher on you guys, but man, it's a lot of fun for the fans to watch because there's a lot of good racing going on out there when you guys have to start that far back in the field.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't take anything away from these guys. Just like you said, Andrew. I think Andrew's in his mid-20s. The 84 car, Alex DeCamp, he's in his early 20s. These kids are fast, and they've been racing for a while, so they've got a lot of experience. And I'm getting up in age, so it's a little bit tough.
Just to remind everybody, this is a 2-barrel series with, is it 360 motors, or can you run more than that?
No, it's 368 is the maximum cubic inches. The rules are very stringent. We do run a carburetor. That keeps them, they're between about 520 and 540 horsepower. Everybody is tried every trick in the book and everything that you can, and everybody's pretty much the same. Motor-wise, we're all pretty much even.
Yeah. Is there any trick to running it, I mean driving it? Do you have to keep the RPM up on these cars, or how does that work with a 2-barrel carburetor?
These cars work real well for guys that are going to move up because this car teaches you to keep the car straight and be smooth. Okay. You can't bog the motor or anything like that. You got to keep it very, very smooth. We run the same tires as the big wing cars do, but our wings are 15 square feet instead of 25, and that's a big, big difference. Okay. So it's in between a winged and a non-winged car almost.
Yeah, yeah. That's why you guys run non-wing sometimes, I guess, is for that reason. But once again, folks, the point leader for the OCRS series, Danny Smith. Let's have fun, man.
Thank you very much.
We've got Andrew Deal. He's second in the points here for the OCRS. First off, Andrew, where are you from, buddy?
I'm from Caney, Kansas, actually.
Really? I just made my first trip down there last year, sometime in the fall, if I remember right. A nice track. One thing that just puzzled me about that place was how dark the dirt was. Man, that looks like some really black clay.
Yeah, get down there in that river bottom stuff. It's pretty dark.
Yeah. Anyway, you're running second here in the points with the OCRS. Now, how long have you been running with these guys?
I've ran on and off for probably 3 or 4 years, but this year Wade Cagle decided to sponsor the car, and this is his stuff. He wanted to run and try to get the points championship, so that's what we're trying to do.
And it looks like you're pretty close. I think you're 9 points behind the old man down there.
Yeah.
Oh, Smith, you must be hanging in there pretty good. Have you won many features this year, first off?
No, we've just been consistently up front. We had a couple nights where we had bad breaks, or I think we'd have the points lead, but hopefully to leave here, we'll be able to say we're in the lead. So.
I was going to say one night can do it, but like he's saying, though, you guys have got to start way back there. What is that, 6th row?
Yeah, they make it pretty tough on us, and most of these tracks are rubbered up, and 6th row, you put a wing on these things, and it's hard to get by anybody, you know. So.
Is that part on account of the motor with the 2-barrel carburetor? You just don't have that extra zip you need to get around someone?
Most of it, if you ask anybody, in winged racing, you're more likely to kind of finish where you start kind of deal unless you're, a lot faster. And especially in the Midwest, we see a lot of rubber-bound tracks, so it's a lot of follow the leader, Once you get in line and you go, you might have 2 laps to pass people. So unless you make moves early, you're just hoping people blow tires. So
now Danny's telling me that there's going to be a bunch of slide jobs here tonight, so that could make it real interesting, right?
Yeah, it could be. Interesting track, and I was telling Alex, getting into 1 and 2 there's definitely going to be some sliders, and it should make it pretty fun. So.
Okay, now he's looking to take over the points tonight. Now, I don't know if that's any extra incentive for Andrew, but if it is, we may see a new point leader. Andrew, I'm looking forward to this tonight, man. It looks like it's going to be some real fun, and like I say, this is an amazing track. I think it's always smooth and very raceable.
Thank you. Thanks for coming down.
Yeah, thank you. We've got Shayla Waddell here, and she is 8th in the points for the OCRS. Shayla, what do you think about running with all these guys out here?
Oh, it's fun. They're all good competition, and I've learned a lot from running OCRS. So.
understand you come from the micros, and so you've been doing this for a long time anyway with guys. It's no different than that, right?
No, I've been racing for 15 years now. So.
And you are how old?
21.
Wow, goodness gracious. It always amazes me when I find out how long some of these young people have been racing and the experience that they have behind them. So what do you think about Humboldt? Have you run here before?
Yeah, it's been, a couple years, but I like it. It's fun little track, and it's very nice, and the people are nice, so yeah.
I was going to say, it's nice and smooth. They keep the track. This is probably one of the best kept tracks that I go to anywhere here in the Midwest. But what is going to be your strategy here tonight to try and pull off this win if possible?
To do well in the heat race so that I have a good starting spot and for the feature, because if I finish in like the top 12, then I should start, second row. So
I was going to say, with this, whatever system that it is that they use, with you being 8th in the points, you should have a pretty good starting spot if you qualify good.
If I qualify, yeah. That's always the thing for me, is I always screw up in the heat race and then I mess up the entire night. So we'll change that for tonight.
Okay, Shayla, let's have some fun tonight. Like I say, I'm anxious to see some of this wing sprint car racing here tonight at Humboldt Speedway with the OCRS, so go out there and get them.
Oh, thank you.
Edwards on the outside, then it's Johnny Kent, Cade Morton, Nigel Calvert, the 69 of Glenn Passmore, Alex DeCamp in the 84, Shayla Waddell in the 88S, Brian McClellan in the 87F, Cameron Hagan in the 5, Danny Smith in the $5, Derry Cottrell in the 9, the 007 of Michael Brookout, 94 of Dan Schnackenberg, and the 7M of Chance Morton. Lights are out on the track. We will be going for a restart once again. 25 laps still left in this Royal Capital Racing Series Sprint Car Feature. They hit the chalk line. They are in the throws and Pickard upside down. Now this is going to be interesting to see how many were involved. Pickard was your pace setter in the P78. It looks like DeCamp and Danny Smith in it. It looks like DeCamp with some wing damage. Current point leader Danny Smith has some.
It's $84, $5 in P78.
Danny Smith can't really tell any damage. DeCamp with some damage on his wing. All the cars are stopped on the back. Now bear in mind, Larry Dean over there in the push truck is keeping an eye on 25 laps still remain. We will try one more time. This will be the 4th attempt to get this 25 lap feature underway. Edwards out to an early lead. Johnny Kent running second. It is Cade Morton, Shayla Waddell, Nigel Calvert as we head into turn 3. Edwards continues to lead down the back as they go into the back straightaway on lap 2. Then it's Johnny Kent, Cade Morton. They're starting to scatter out a little bit. Waddell's get tagged from behind by Calvert in the 16th. He has to back off and Cameron Hagan gets by. Waddell is 4th. Cade Morton running 3rd. Johnny Kent trying to move up on that high side to see if there's anything up there. Continues to be 2nd. And Edwards running 1st as your leader. Edwards, who celebrated a birthday a couple of weeks ago. This would be a great birthday present for him. We've got a spin. Chance Morton again spinning. Chance Morton again spinning down in turn 2. Oh, pardon me, turn 4.
55 AM 88S 007 16 5 26 $5 9 94
17. Johnny Kent jumping out to a lead again. He was running 2nd when Edwards broke down. Cade Morton working the bottom side, Kent on the high side. Shayla Waddell's worked her way up to third. Dennis Bookout in the 007, Nigel Calvert in the 16, Danny Smith in the $5. Your top six. A battle for the lead, shaping up as Cade Morton down low. Johnny Kent up high, they work down turn two. Kent with the advantage coming off of two. Down the back straightaway, Kent with a half a car lead, now takes a full car lead. A car and a half lead coming off of four. Cade Morton would love to have a win. His little brother's already got one. Kent hits the wall coming off of two, and Morton goes around him. He drops back down low as Cade Morton, your new leader. Johnny Kent got into the wall. You can see where the wall's cleared off. The mud's cleared off the wall over in turn two. Johnny Kent not giving up. He's coming back. He's working the high side, but Cade Morton continues to be your leader. Shayla Waddell is running third. Danny Smith has worked his way up to fourth. The current point leader now running fourth. 007 Michael Bookout running fifth. Cade Morton continues to lead. The battle for third now, side by side. Danny Smith now that takes over that third spot. Danny Smith up to third, Shayla Waddell back to fourth as Chance Morton continues to lead. Halfway through this time around for Cade Morton. Johnny Kent continues to run second. The point leader, Danny Smith, running third. Don't count him out with the race only halfway over. Shayla Waddell running fourth. Morton continues to lead, starting to come up on the back markers now. Let's see how he works traffic. Johnny Kent still getting very close to that wall as he comes off of two. He continues to run that high groove in that 55 car. Danny Smith is catching up to him in the $5. Shayla Waddell runs fourth. Smith on the inside of Kent now. Cade Morton has caught up to the back marker of Dan Schnackenberg. This could be a battle all the way down to the end. Morton trying to work his way around Schnackenberg. Still can't get around Schnackenberg. The battle's now shaping up for second as Morton does put Schnackenberg a lap down. Kent barely holds on to second as now Kent and Smith will battle with Schnackenberg. They both get around. Shayla Waddell trying to work her way around. Cade Morton continues to lead. Johnny Kent second, Danny Smith third. Shayla Waddell runs fourth. Morton starting to feel the pressure of Johnny Kent again. Not only Johnny Kent, but Danny Smith. Smith now with a half a straightaway lead over Shayla Waddell, who runs fourth. Cade Morton in that 8M car continues to lead. Johnny Kent running second, Danny Smith third. Shayla Waddell was fourth. Schnackenberg with problems and pulls off the track in the 94 car. 5 laps to go for Cade Morton. Cade Morton continues to lead Johnny Smith. Or pardon me, Johnny Kent and Danny Smith. Shayla Waddell hanging on to that fourth spot, while Michael Bigfoot Bookout running fifth in the 007. Morton would love to get a win. His little brother's already got one. Cade Morton continues to lead. Johnny Kent running second. Danny Smith running third. Shayla Waddell running fourth. White flag will be coming out this time around. White flag coming out for the 8M of Cade Morton. Cade continues to lead Johnny Kent. Morton down into turn 3 now as he heads into turn 4. Coming out of turn 4, taking the checkered flag. Cade Morton in the 8M. Danny Smith runs third. Johnny Kent is second. Shadowlaw down the 88S is fourth. And Bigfoot Bickout in the 007 is fifth. The unofficial results of the Oil Capital Racing Series A feature. Your winner from Colita, Oklahoma. In the Morton Excavating, Whitlock Auto Glass, or Whitlock Glassworks Special, the 8M of Colita, Oklahoma's Cade Morton. Now, before he comes up here, as Alex DeCamp giving him big applause, and the young lady you see back there is his girlfriend, Nicole Baker, who celebrated her 21st birthday last Sunday. She is the Oil Capital Racing Series trophy girl. So, Nicole, look up here for a moment, Nicole. Are you going to be the kind of racing winner girlfriend and trophy girl I think you're going to be when it comes time to give that trophy and give him that great big birthday kiss? Well, maybe we'll find out here in just a few moments. Our Public Relations Director, John Lemon, down on the track. As Cade is out of the car, he can hear you now. How about it? Give it up for Cade Morton in the 8M car.
94-17-8-7.
Now we need to come around on this side, John. Have you got that feature, Mr. Cade Morton?
Thank you very much, ladies. Larry, ladies and gentlemen, how about that A feature night? Give it up again to our winner, the number 8M car, Mr. Cade Morton. Cade, let's go over here and talk to you here a little bit. Cade is visited in Victory Lane by his girlfriend, Nicole, who has also been acting as our trophy girl this year. Cade, let's talk. Oh, there you go. There you go. Cade, let's talk about this a little bit. You got your win fairly early last year in your first year with OCRS competition. You haven't found Victory Lane again until this time, and your brother Chance beat you to 2 wins in the series, and he got that earlier this year, and now you come back a couple races later and you keep up with him.
Yeah, we had a few rough weekends there. We dropped back in points, and I got Scott Thomason over there helping me, and it's an amazing deal.
You know, let's talk about, we had that one incident on the attempted start where we got a bunch of cars collected over there in turn 4. Kind of tell me what your take was on that as you're idling around and you see some of your competition got eliminated.
Well, it was a racing deal. They kind of got together on the start, and it's one of those deals. You got to take it on the chin and go on.
And we want to talk to you for sure about this race with Johnny Kent. You guys were really going at it. Nose to tail there. Johnny was ready to run that high line, and you kept staying on that low line, and you just kept inching up. And then he saw you. You came around turn 4 at one point, and he saw you. Then he started taking the low line, and then you made a switch for the pass. Kind of walk us through that.
Yeah, I was sitting there waiting, and the window opened, and I took it.
You know, when you were going around and he started taking the line you were running, how did you, in your mind, plan that out on how you're going to get around him?
It just kind of fell together.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up again to the man from Colita, Oklahoma, the driver of the number 8M car, the Morton Excavating Machine, Mr. Cade Morton. You go ahead and jump in there with your phone.
We got the second place finisher here tonight for the OCRS sprints at Humboldt, Johnny Kent. Johnny had a little trouble with the tire out there, or you might have pulled this thing off.
Yes, sir. We was going real good there at first, and they had that first little crash there at the start of that deal, and I think we got a slash in the side of the left rear tire, and it only come in with about 2.5 pounds. And the car was really good on the top, and then it just kept getting looser and looser. And I would assume it's probably due to the air pressure in the left or the right rear.
Yeah. I think he got under you there toward the middle or later part of the race, because you were leading for a while. But is that what it was? You just couldn't get off the corner?
Yeah, the car just kept hanging really bad off the corner and not getting off quite as straight. And you know, from there we probably should have moved to the bottom a little sooner. But you know, hindsight's 20/20. So,
I mean, it's always easier to look back. And I noticed you did kind of drop to the bottom for a while, but I guess with that tire, like I say, you just couldn't get off the corner with it.
yeah, no, I mean, at that clue, I didn't have an issue, a clue that the tire was going down. But you know, we'll take second for. We've had a rough season this year, so we will take it and run.
Take it and run because it's a good one for tonight.
Yes,
but go on tomorrow night for Salina, I think it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What do you think down there?
Oh, I love that joint. It's good and fast, and we generally run pretty well there.
Yeah. Okay, have some fun. Third place finisher here tonight at Humboldt for the OCRS sprints is Danny Smith. I'll get it out. Brain's just not clicking on all cylinders. But Danny, third place, I guess you're going to be happy with that, especially after that pile up and all that at the beginning of the race, because, man, you were pretty far back there.
Oh, yeah, I think we were at the end. Yeah, I was a little apprehensive at the beginning because of the cars that were up in front that were having a little bit of issues. So it took too much time for me to get there. And then they were backing up to us, but it was just a little bit too late. We'll take the third. If we could have got a little yellow right there at the end, but it had been that coulda, woulda, shoulda deal. So it's what we got.
It's always that way, isn't it? But like I say, you were making up quite a bit of ground there at the end. And if I remember right, was it last year or so, you had a good run down here, and I think that's what you did. You made up a big bunch of territory right at the end of the race because you found a different line.
That's the story of my racing, starting 12th every night. So, yeah, it's you just got to make up ground every chance you get, and it's go, go, go.
Yeah. Once again, folks, the third place finisher, Danny Smith. Go get him tomorrow night at Salina, buddy.
We're going to try.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.